the revolutionary iPhone XS. Yeah, they decided to make another iPhone X. Now, it was announced recently that Apple will be releasing 3 overpriced and not as good as how much you pay devices. These devices are the iPhone XS, the iPhone XR, and the iPhone XS Max. I honestly prefer the sound of iPhone X Plus. Sounds so much better than iPhone X Max. Yeah. Anyways, to the phones. The iPhone XS is pretty much the iPhone X, but better. It has an IP68 rated water and dust resistance rather than IP67. So in other words, you can swim with your iPhone and pretend it's a GoPro for longer. It also has an A12 Bionic chip, so slightly better than the A11. And has a 5.8 inch Super Retina display, and most importantly, a notch. Yeah, you'd think a company like Apple, if they created something that no one really liked, they'd remove that thing, but no, they have to have Face ID instead of a fingerprint sensor on the back or something. Now to the iPhone XS Max. It's pretty much the iPhone XS, but bigger, and more likely to fall out of a small pocket. So yeah, that's the XS Max. Now to the iPhone XR, the cheap man's iPhone, equipped with a liquid retina display, supposedly the most advanced LCD in the industry, probably just an Apple branded LCD screen. Unlike the 2 other models, the XR only has 1 camera instead of 2, so you're giving up, like, what, 1 camera, which isn't a big deal at all. It also comes in a variety of colors that make the device look like it's made of plastic. These colors include white, black, blue, yellow, and coral. It's not orange, it's coral. And of course, product red. Right, that's all the phones covered pretty much. I'm not gonna get into detail. Right, now to why a few amount of people should actually purchase one out of these 3 phones. Firstly, it's pretty obvious, it's expensive. Incredibly expensive. The iPhone XS starts from $1,630 Australian, and the Max version starts from $1,800. The XR is cheaper and starts from $1,230, but that doesn't mean it's worth it. It's still quite expensive. Secondly, there's barely any difference from the original iPhone X from the average person's perspective. It's just a waste of money if you already got an original iPhone X. And lastly, there are better options out there for a cheaper price. And I know it can be hard switching from iOS to Android, but trust me, I know from experience, the transition isn't even that bad. It only took me an hour or so. Anyways, by better options, I mean literally better. Devices with more storage, more RAM, better overall performance. All that for more than half the price in some cases. The Honor 10 from Huawei, for example, you get more for what you pay. So, should you get the iPhone XS, iPhone XR, or the iPhone XS Max? Well, if you're incredibly rich, and a die-hard Apple fan who could not survive without getting the new iPhone, sure, go ahead. I'm not gonna bother trying to convince an Apple fan. If you're on some kind of budget, go for another option, maybe an older iPhone if they're more your thing. But Androids are still just as good, better in a lot of cases. Sorry, I had to make that statement. So there you go, the new iPhones. Overall, probably quite decent phones. But for horrific prices for what they can actually do. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.